So this wasn't supposed to be the topic of the video I filmed today, but I think it was something that I needed to clear before I made any other content on this channel. I feel like this is an issue with a lot of educational content because it doesn't acknowledge the experience of the viewer, and because of that, it kind of falls into like this tone deaf or even completely inaccessible category of information. And that's not what I want to happen with the things that I put out here. So with that, I just need to level with everyone here first. This shit sucks. You don't need to be an economist or a sociologist to figure that out. People are getting priced out of the places they live, transportation is really inaccessible, wages have been stagnating, and you have these intersecting systems of gatekeeping and discrimination and nepotism to where nobody can really get anywhere. And on top of that, you have these entire industries burning the candle at both ends to keep you broke and uninformed. I can't guarantee that anything I talk about here will be accessible or realistic for you in your situation. I can make my silly little spreadsheets or run all the numbers I want, but it might not connect with your situation, and maybe it's just not possible, because what's on paper will not be exactly what it's like outside of this digital realm. Our brains have not evolved to comprehend all this as much as we think we like to do. I'm supposed to know and collaborate with a maximum of 100 or so people and work the field all day. I'm not supposed to be put in a world with credit cards, automobiles, and AI chatbots, and everything else thrown at us every fucking day. And speaking of that, this capitalist system is designed to drain you. The meta has been figured out. Your job has been scientifically optimized in the image of this monotonous robot, and you are so far removed from the end result of your labor that you have no connection or sense of purpose in what you do. And you probably don't even like what you do or who you work for anyways. Yet you are forced to remain this cog inside a system that you never asked for, and when you get home, you are cooked. You have these mega corporations funneling buku bucks into psychologists and programmers to captivate you into staying on the internet for so long that it drains you of your emotions until you don't feel like going anywhere or doing anything or talking to anyone. But you could be happy if you purchase another product, if you watch another video, if you take some more Soma. And what you're supposed to achieve, this American dream that you've been sold on, with the house, 2 kids, a dog, an affair, a new car for the babysitter to cover up an affair, it's so far out of reach for so many people, and you find the people every day who have achieved this, and their secrets to success are usually in some job that will never show up on a job board, and you're not really sure what they do anyways, and they bought some .com stocks in the 90s, so they're set for life, and they bought their house for the price of a new car today. What the fuck? How are we to succeed under these conditions? Why must we even face these odds? I don't have an answer to these questions, but in the perceived light of hopelessness, I do have a reason to keep this camera on. To be totally honest with you, I do come from a place of privilege, and I've had many advantages. And while I have worked hard, I know that I've been given things that other people will never have access to. And because of that, you might dismiss what I have to say. You might not learn from my experiences. I might even be wrong. But I still see the effects of these kinds of wealth and opportunity disparities everywhere in my relationships and everywhere else. I see people swimming upstream with seemingly nowhere to go. And I hope that with sharing some of my experiences, I can move a couple of these obstacles out of the way. And maybe I can make things better for some people. Maybe it doesn't have to be so hard. I know that sounds savior coded, and I don't know how else to say it, but this is a connection that I want to make. Because I know that there are people out there completely undeserving of the places they're in, and they don't necessarily have the resources or the means in any way to get out of that place. And I hope that sharing some of my experiences can be part of a resource for these people. I want to do this with what I write and say on here, and I want to do a good job, because there's a good chance that whoever's on the other side of this screen here is representative of the people that I know. my family, my friends, the people I share communities with, the people I see on the street and never meet again, I all carry bits and pieces of what I learned from them. These people and these experiences have shown me that there are so many points in our lives where we are subject to things that we don't deserve, and we receive challenges that nobody reasonably expects us to overcome. Yet, with these challenges, we still face the same odds, and we still wake up to the same world every day. And I know that can be very disheartening, and I know it can be very difficult to persist or even listen to what I have to say. But I didn't hear a fucking bell. So, you have to say this affirmation with me. My sweat is necessary, for its absence follows never knowing what if I've tried. And with the death of my confidence comes the death of my spirit. This world challenges my resolve, yet my only chances at success are within the belief that the possibility of success exists. This world creates a vacuum of despair, yet I choose to love. This world keeps me down, yet I persist. I persist and I protect my optimism because I know that it's the only thing that guarantees me a chance at success. I don't need to show you the evidence base in how changing your mindset or believing in yourself changes your outcomes, because you can feel it in your fucking bones. If you embrace defeat, you will be defeated. And if you lose your spirit, you will hollow, and I will not join the crestfallen. I will not submit to those who seek to keep me down. I live to exercise my will and spread my joy and share my spirit. And if that's uncool or weird, then let it be so. I won't let myself adrift in what life chooses for me, because that probably sucks. I will choose my own future. This is true of a lot of things, and especially true in American society, because our culture and capitalism in general is inherently individualistic. You see, in capitalist America, we do not believe in social nets. We do not believe in helping others. Your struggles are your responsibility. This is inclusive of finances, but it's also inclusive of the things you do every day and your relationships and your emotions. This makes things much more difficult, but it's not impossible. Here, you are responsible for cultivating the environment that helps you grow. You must take the action of finding the people that lift you up. You must take the action of finding your own path. You must take the action of building your own resources. And you must take the action of looking out for the people you love. This will be hard for some, and seemingly impossible for others, and that's okay. We can take a second and acknowledge that this sucks. Yet, this is still something that we have to live through. And because of that, I choose to make it better. For myself, and for the people that I care about. Thanks for being here.